Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pascharya Desha Tarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Śrivāsari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Adadhanastram Dante Ridam Yacha Puna Puna Srimad Rupam Mahamboje Rajam Shambhave Bhave. Where did your train go to? Calcutta?
The train was going to Calcutta, but we jumped up in Durgapur because that's like the shortcut. Otherwise, we'll be on the trip.
Okay, so we are reading a play. This is called Lalita-mādhava, and we're 2/3 through. Very exciting. And this is Radha speaking, or that is Satyabhama, but usually he just uses the name Radha. Even the fragrance of Krishna, attended by Bakula, Radha enters. Even the fragrance of Krishna is now far away from me. Each moment has become for me a great eon of suffering. The wicked burning ghee of hope has set my life breath on fire. Where can I find relief? Bakula, O Satyabhama, even though Navavrinda kindly told me your secret, there's still something I would like to ask you. Bakula, our king is the crest jewel of all handsome men. He is the monarch who controls all the three worlds. If you but say the word, then even if by doing it I become the enemy of Queen Rukmini, I will tell him about you. Radha, in Sanskrit. The king of Dwarka may rule the three worlds, and he may also be extremely handsome. Still, what is that to us? Please stop. Why do you deliberately try to ignite the fire of my curse on you? Even with the strength of millions of clear, logical arguments, you will not give me the power to pull myself from the lotus feet of the Prince of Braj. Bakula, friend, you should ask Navavrinda what is the right thing to do. Radha, where did Navavrinda go? Bakula, the queen called her to the inner rooms of the palace. Radha, alas, wicked destiny has placed me under this person's control. Navavrinda, friend Satyabhama, don't lament. Look, this Madhavi vine first falls at the feet of this Badari bush, and then resting on that bush climbs to embrace her lover, the mango tree. A chaste woman whose heart is determined to meet the Lord of her life does not find it painful to be dependent on someone else in the course of attaining her goal. Radha, what are these ornaments in your hand? Navavrinda, Indra's wife Sachi gave these celestial flower garlands, necklaces, silk garments, and other gifts to our queen, Rukmini, and Rukmini is now dividing them among her friends. She will also give a portion to you. Radha, what is the use of these ornaments? They are only fuel to feed the fire of my suffering. Navavrinda, friend, you may use them to worship the sun god. Radha, the sun god told me, child, enter the new Vrindavan created in the midst of Dwarka on the ocean shore and enjoy pastimes with the Lord of your life. Navavrinda, O girl with beautiful eyes, the words of the great demigods never go in vain. Radha in Sanskrit, friend, Krishna now rules the city of Mathura, and I am a prisoner in the emperor's capital. It is not possible to meet my beloved. In other words, she doesn't know that Krishna is in Dwarka. Navavrinda, why lament? The movements of time are very difficult to understand. Look, now that autumn has begun, 24 jana birds have suddenly appeared on the shores of the lakes and streams. They are now playing there. Navavrinda hints that when the proper time comes, Radha will meet her beloved. Radha, as a Kanjana bird does not like to stay where there is no lake or stream, a noble person does not like to stay in a prison where he is not free. Navavrinda, laughing, O bewildered girl, why do you think that the king of Braj has lost his freedom? Radha, angry, O pet monkey in the emperor's garden, stop, stop. Navavrinda, laughing, O simple-hearted girl, know that the emperor of Dwarka is the king of Braj. Radha, excited, is this the truth? Navavrinda, aside, alas, how have I slipped and forgotten my vow? Openly, he is not only addressed as the emperor, they also call him Ramachandra and Upendra. They even call him the king of Braj. Bakula, for this reason I say, give up your attachment for this other man and just give all your energy to please the emperor. Radha in Sanskrit, Krishna wears a peacock feather crown in his hair and a large gunja necklace around his neck. The flute placed to his mouth brings us great happiness. My heart will not accept any man except Krishna, the most handsome man in the universe. Bakula, friend, you are a fool. That is why you so deeply love this hard-hearted man. Radha, agitated in Sanskrit, fool, don't talk. Friend, even though he is harsh and neglects me for thousands of years, never, even after countless births, will my heart become bewildered and give up the loving service of my most beloved Krishna. Odashinya dura paritaridaya katinyam alambatam kamam shamala sundaro mai saki svairi sahasram shama kintu branti varadapi kshanam idam tatra priye bhyapriye chaito janmani janmani pranayita dasyam name hasyati. There's Raghunath Das Goswami has a similar verse. Navavrinda, Bakula, stop, she is faithful to her lover. Radha in Sanskrit, now that Krishna, the master of Gokula, is no longer here, these vines where I so long stayed, these forest groves where I walked, and these shores of the Jamuna where in the past I spent so much time wandering, have all combined to torture me. Navavrinda, Bakula, see how much she suffers. Please go and make for her a bed of lotus petals under the Kadamba tree by the Jamuna shore. Bakula, as my dear friend says, she exits. Radha in Sanskrit, I am now broken by the pain of separation from my friends in Braj, who are all more dear to me than my own life. I believe the words of the sun god, and they gave me hope. What sufferings did these vain hopes not bring me? Navavrinda, where's your dear friend Vishaka? Radha, after asking permission from her father, beautiful Vishaka came to this earth. Now it is only Lalita who torments me. She cries. Navavrinda, where did you hear of Lalita's fate? Radha, as I was ascending to the heavenly planets, I heard it from the demigods. Navavrinda, Radha, last night as you were sleeping, you spoke to Lalita in a dream. Radha, what did I say? Navavrinda, you said, O Lalita, the vine of desires in a Krura's heart has now borne its fruit. Alas, alas, look, Krishna has climbed the chariot. O slender girl, when I heard you say these pathetic words in your sleep, I thought the rain falling outside was disguised tears of the weeping goddess of night. Radha, unhappy. After my long struggle last night, Krishna in a dream entered the courtyard of my eyes. Alas, how did Akrura so quickly come there on his chariot? Bakula, I have made the bed, come. The three girls walk. Navabrinda frightened. Don't go there. Turn back this moment. Dear friend, there is an Ashok tree in front of you. O lotus-faced girl, if your foot touches it, what will happen? Huh? If your foot touches it, this tree will at once burst into flower, and this place will at once be filled with villain bumblebees, buzzing like Indra's thunderbolt. Radha. She turns back in embarrassment and says in Sanskrit, O friend, without the auspicious sight of Lord Krishna, I have no love for this unfortunate, wretched life. Without him, I will not continue to remain alive. If these cruel chains of hope did not bind me, I would happily give up billions of such lives. Bakula, this is the bed. Radha lies down on the bed and says to herself, it is very difficult for me to remain alive in this Vrindavan. I must find some remedy, openly. Navavrinda, because I cannot perform my regular activities, I have become very unhappy. Navavrinda, what are regular activities? Radha, O charming girl, by Narada's order, at my father's house we used to worship a deity with a handsome face decorated with a flute. It had crooked, restless eyes, a peacock feather on its head, and a form bent in three places, in the full bloom of youth, and with a splendor dark as a monsoon cloud. That's interesting, isn't it? That Srimati Radharani used to worship a deity of Krishna. There's did you go to Barshana? Anyway, when you go to Barshana, then there's four mountains, four heads of Brahma, and 1, 2, you come between them. The third one is Shankarikor, and then the fourth one is where there's the temple. See the current temple, that's you can see from the village, and then there's what they call the old temple, very, very beautiful building, and just in front of that, where Radha and Krishna used to swing, and where Krishna weighed Srimati Radharani. But anyway, there's a temple, and there's a temple there with deities that are being worshipped there for 6,000 years. So they were worshipped like 1,000 years even before Krishna. It was just evidence that Radha Krishna worship was current before Krishna, but it was very rare. Navavrinda. I can understand she yearns to see Krishna's form. I will show her the sapphire Krishna deity Indra's sculptor Vishwakarma made to decorate the land of Vrindavan, openly. Friend, now I will go to bring your worshipable deity and show him to you. She exits. This is very funny. Radha looking ahead. She says in Sanskrit, these new Karnikar flowers by the Jamuna's shore, the same kind of flowers peacock feather-crowned Krishna placed in my hair when he left the arena of the rasa dance with me, now make me burn with pain. Navavrinda, friend, come at once and see the deity. Radha, Navavrinda, bring an offering for the deity. Navavrinda, Bakula, from the cottage of Vasanti vines, please bring the celestial garland and cloth the queen gave us. Bakula exits. Navavrinda, this is same Navavrinda same Navavrindavan that Brihad Bhagavatamrita, first volume, talks about. Friend Radha, others may worship Krishna by offering him flowers and fragrant incense and by reciting prayers and bowing down before him. But you, O girl, whose sweet voice is like the cooing of cuckoos, and the girls of Gokula like you, worship him with crooked, sidelong glances, embraces, and many kind of amorous pastimes. Walking, look, your worshipable deity eagerly stands before you. Radha, filled with intense longing, she gazes at the deity from a distance and then says in Sanskrit, so there's this deity there of Krishna. Ah, now the splendid, very dark effulgence of this person, a moon that is the friend of the lotus gopis, shines in my presence. Now all the pain I suffered to remain alive in this body has become worthwhile. So she sees no difference between the deity and Krishna. She walks up to the altar and says in a choked up voice, "O moon-faced one, my dear friend has again come to me. My desire to see him scorched my body and wounded my heart with a monsoon of pain. My life breath yearns to meet Krishna in Vrindavan and enjoy pastimes with him in a cottage by the Jamuna shore." Filled with love, she speaks to Krishna. "Before you were so tender and affectionate, I thought you were my property. Now you are so harsh that I dare not be so proud to think I belong to you." Navavrinda aside, ah, these are the waves of the ocean of love. Radha, aside to Navavrinda in Sanskrit, charming artistic jokes he does not speak. With the two pillars of his arms, he does not bind me in an embrace. Instead, with bent eyebrows and the slight trace of a playful smile, this crest jewel of all villains simply licks me with his crooked glance. Navavrinda, this is the inscrutable joke of the best of mischievous lovers. Rebuke him with the corner of your eyes and mock him with many crooked words. Radha, staring at him with crooked eyes, she says in Sanskrit, "For so long you have the company of this Kaustubha jewel, the friend of Indra's thunderbolt. That is why this hardness has entered your heart. This person is swallowed up by a host of sufferings. You have the power to give her relief. Why do you cheat her instead?" Look, aside to Navavrinda, look, this is wrong, this is wrong. Even though Krishna, who wears a garland of forest flowers, is as soft and gentle as blue lotus flower, he still kisses this harsh, hard flute. I will take it from him. Navavrinda aside, it will not be good for her to pull away the flute. With a trick, I will teach her the truth. With a playful smile, she openly says, "O beautiful, bewildered girl, why do you uselessly say that he is soft as a blue lotus flower? You should say that he is hard as sapphire. O girl with lotus face, if you do not believe my words, then just press your breasts against his broad chest." Radha, she places a hand on the chest and at once becomes upset. What? It is true. This is a deity made of sapphire. Reflects. Alas, alas, overwhelmed by intense longing, I forgot everything. I thought the statue before me was Krishna. Bakula, take this garland, cloth, and fragrant ointment. Radha takes them and shows a desire to decorate the deity with them. Navavrindavan, when you approach your lover, you become very charming and beautiful. Friend, you are like the spring season, which cannot fully display its glory without the company of the poetic cuckoo bird. Madhavi, Princess Rukmini sent me to learn how Satyabhama is doing. This is New Vrindavan forest before me. Let me enter it. She walks. Ah, the Lord must have entered this Vrindavan. I can see his footprints, marked with a conch, disc, and other symbols. I will finish the matter at hand and then bring Princess Rukmini to this place. So now Krishna is in Nava Vrindavan as well. Trembling and shedding tears, Radha decorates the deity of Lord Krishna. Madhavi, I see a garland of blue lotus flowers that fell from the deity. She picks it up with her hand. Agitated, she loudly calls, Friend Bakula, where are you? Navavrinda, anxious, Satyabhama, Madhavi is nearby. Run from this place at once. Madhavi is Rukmini's chief girlfriend. Radha, my thirst to see him is not satisfied. Let's quickly return. Madhavi, seeing her, why is Satyabhama here? Approaching, friend, I have come here to pick jasmine flowers. Radha, smelling the fragrance, she says to herself, from where has this sweet fragrance suddenly come? It makes my heart tremble. Seeing the garland in Madhavi's hand, Radha says to herself, this is the glorious sweet fragrance of the blue lotus garland worn by Krishna, the son who is the friend of the lotus flower gopis. What other fragrance can violently agitate my heart and senses in this way? Madhavi, struck with wonder, she says in Sanskrit, as you smell the sweet fragrance of this garland of blue lotus flowers, why do you suddenly tremble? Why does the hair on your body stand up? Why are you overwhelmed? Radha aside, I must conceal the truth. Openly, Madhavi, when I saw the garland of blue lotuses, I remembered the many snakes I saw today in Kaliya Lake, and for a moment I was overcome with fear. Radha, aside, the garland must have been offered to this deity. Madhavi, friend Satyabhama, now I will go to the jasmine pavilion and pick flowers. Everyone, this way, dear friend. They exit. Now, followed by Madhumangal, Krishna enters. Krishna anxious, shining as the Suryakanta stone, this Kaustubha jewel on my chest tortures my heart with rising flames of light. Within a moment, my garland of forest flowers has wilted, and my sandalwood ointment has dried and turned to dust. Glancing to the left, dear friend, how far is Vrindavan forest? Madhumangal in Sanskrit. She has the splendor of many beautiful champaka flowers. Her voice is filled with sweet sounds of many jubilant cuckoos. Within her are the graceful motions of many swans. She is beautiful with many black deer. Look at her. He's interrupted in the middle of his words. Krishna, bewildered and extremely eager. Friend, where is she? Where is she? Madhumangal, here is your beloved. Krishna, bewildered. Friend, I don't see her. Show her to me at once. Where is my Radhika? Madhumangal, Krishna, I was describing Vrindavan forest. Krishna, he reflects for a moment and then sighs. Why is it that simply by hearing the syllables of her name, I become overwhelmed with a desire to find her? Golden-complexioned Radha used to beautifully decorate all my limbs with these fragrant jasmine flowers. Look, now these same jasmine flowers have become transformed into sharp arrows of Cupid, and the buzzing bees within these flowers have changed into dangerous wrestlers. Now both these arrows and wrestlers are violently attacking me. Walking, covered by many blooming vines and filled with newly budding twigs, these trees on the Yamuna's shore expertly imitate the beauty of Radha's earrings. Madhumangal, struck with wonder. Friend, this spring season is now in its youth. Why does it not show the signs of youth? Krishna, friend, you speak the truth. The cuckoos and bees have taken a vow of silence. The new sprouts on the mango trees have suddenly stopped, and the blossoming buds on the ashok trees have also stopped. Has the goddess of spring fallen asleep on the Jamuna shore? Madhumangal, look, here's a bed of lotus flowers made by a girl separated from her lover. Krishna, perhaps to save this girl's life, one of her friends made the goddess of spring unconscious. Looking, he becomes filled with anguish. Fashioned with many lotus flowers and sprinkled with nearby Jamuna's gentle waves, this empty bed sets my limbs on fire. It tortures my heart and makes my thoughts tremble. I'm going to stop here. And we'll continue tomorrow. Very funny, interesting exchange. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki jai.